Hey everybody, I'm back with Chronicle number 27 of the Chronicles of Captivity. In Chronicle 26, I told you about the aftermath, the first transfer from United States Penitentiary Atlanta to FCI Talladega in Alabama. And that FCI Talladega has an administrative unit called the Alpha Unit, and that means all levels of security can be housed there, but you're locked down. Solitary confinement. You're locked down 23 hours a day or more, right? Nothing happening there. So they put me there, and then they told me after the polygraph test from the FBI, they said, we're going to transfer you to Lewisburg. I'm like, wow. How is this? But anyway, they did so. Just put me on a regular bus. Plane, bus, whatever, however it is I got there. I don't remember exactly. I think it was just a bus. But however it was, I got there. Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Pull in, there at Lewisburg, the bus pulls into a fenced-in area. First, the wall is beyond the bus, right? And that's where they do all their checking and stuff, outside the wall. Some of the penitentiaries, the old ones, and even the new ones, you pull inside the wall first. And then there's an area where they check the bus. I guess it doesn't matter, apples and oranges, right? So we pull in through the gate, closes. The wall ain't that high at Lewisburg. I'm surprised more people haven't escaped from there. Low escape record, from what I understand. Bus pulls in, and you get out, and you walk right down these stairs into R&D. It's an old prison, built in 1934, so it looks like some kind of a monastery or something, the architecture. But I walk down the stairs and I'm in R&D. And all these guys, the bus is full. So typically what happens is this. They take your cuffs, your chains off and everything. Once they got you inside and the door shut, they'll go ahead and, they'll split you into groups. They take all your chains and shackles and black boxes and all that off. And I had a black box that time. But let me digress just for 1 second. On that bus trip, it was a bus trip, we went through the Carolinas. I remember now specifically. We're going through North Carolina. I don't know where it was. It was beautiful though. These pine trees and the smell of fresh air. I mean, when you're on that bus on the highway, and you can put the windows down, you can, it's like a regular bus. If you can reach them, you can put them down, or at least you can look out of them. At least, there's some air coming in from somewhere. But, yeah, it's just like, okay, this is cool. But they made me the trustee because my name wasn't on any of the paperwork. It just said I was going to Lewisburg. They didn't, and Lewisburg has a camp. They thought I was a camper. They stopped at a gas station in North Carolina, and it was beautiful. It was nice. It was nice. We're in the back of the gas station, so they're going to go get some food and stuff. They're going inside, both of them. Dude says, he first questioned me. He says, where are you going? You're a camper, right? I said, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just fell into it, right? Because I didn't know where I was going. He said, okay, when we start to feed, or, I'm going to use you as a trustee. I said, cool. All right. So they had me come up to the door inside the bus. They took my chains off. Took everything off. Chains. Took it off. I'm going up and down the aisle with the water, giving out water to guys, giving them their bag of lunch. These guys come back, they open the door, the front door. There's a cage on that bus. There's a front cage type door, right? Steel. They open that door. I've got this big jug of water because they tell me to get that water jug and bring it. Now they're not going to let me outside the bus, but they want me to bring the water jug right up to them at that door. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is my chance to go. This is my chance to escape and shoot those woods out. Oh man, I'm like, everything inside of me is boiling. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, because all I got to do when I go to hand the jug to the guy, all I got to do is push him with it, right? Just push him into the driver's seat, push him out of the way. I was strong. Boom! I just push him out of the way. Run down those steps, right straight across, around the corner, and gone. So it's right there. I mean, in the moment. That's when you gotta, that's how happenstance is. It brings these opportunities, or what you would consider to be opportunities, into your life, into your view, mentally. And then you got to make an instant decision about what to do. Shit or get off the pot. And I'm thinking, right there is freedom. Right there. I'm ready to go. Man, this stuff doesn't happen, right? But then I'm thinking, wait a minute. I've got a deal here. I can, if I go illegitimately, if I escape, that's no good at all. I've got a legitimate deal here. I'm going to be, helping, cooperating or whatever. I'm going to be in the prisoner witness program, the WITSEC for prisoners. I'm going to be cooperating and be a government witness against these killers. They're going to let me go. They're going to let me out legitimately. All I got to do is wait a little time. All this is going through my head in a millisecond. Like maybe a couple of seconds. All of that's going through my head. So I just bring the jug up. I just hand it to the guy. I kind of remember just looking away from the door and the woods and the outside. Oh man. It killed me to do that, but I did it. Oh man. How many times I've kicked myself in the ass since then? Whew. Punch. But anyway, yeah. I digress a little bit. But we're back at Usp Lewisburg. And I'm there, I'm in R&D. And what they do is they get you, into groups or into a holding cell. Then they call you out, they take off your chains, and then, you change out, you change clothes, you get searched and everything like that. You go through metal detector, all of that. And then they have these other holding cells that they're going to put you in until they come to get you to take you here or there, this unit or that unit. So I remember I went through all that stuff. I'm in a holding cell. And there's a guy coming in from Lone Park. I'll never forget this. Young kid, like 20 years old. Supposedly, he's got a gambling debt. He's telling me this. So he had to catch out of Lone Park, and they sent him to Lewisburg. I'm going to tell you what happened to him. I'm going to tell you in a minute. So I'm just there in this holding cell with these guys, and the COs come and they read off this list. There's my name. We're going to B block or whatever. General GP. So they call my name. I get out in the hallway and I say, well, hold up. Wait a minute. I need to see a lieutenant here. I'm not going. And they're like, yeah, you're going. You're on this list. Come on. And, they're trying to force me to go to the GP. I'm like, no, I need to see a lieutenant now. I'm not kidding. I need to see a lieutenant right now, please. So they say, okay, step back in. Step back in the holding cell. They call a lieutenant. Lieutenant comes down. And I tell him. He takes me out of the cell. I tell him. I say, look, man, I just witnessed murders in Atlanta. I can't go out to this GP. Are you kidding me? It's going to be kill or be killed immediately. I'm not doing this. But I'm telling you this just to show you that the Bureau of Prisons will put you in that position. They know or should know. They should have known that my life was in immediate danger at Usp Lewisburg. Wait till you hear what happened. Wait till you hear all this. So I tell the lieutenant, I say, look, I just witnessed a murders at USP Atlanta. And, I'm not going out here to this population. There's no way. I'm a government witness. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, you can check it out. He's like, okay, so you don't want to go to GP. I'm like, hell no. Why would you even want me to go to GP? You want me to get killed? So they ended up putting me in the basement. The basement at Lewisburg in the old USP Lewisburg they've got single cells, like about 8 of them on each side, facing each other. Small cells. And you're at ground level. So the ground is right here at your eyes on the outside. You got a window, big window. So that's where I am. That's where they put me, in the basement. Single cell, just one bunk in there. There would never, I can't imagine there being 2 people in a space that small. And then I guess they figured it out because, look, one of the guys that I knew from Leavenworth was there, a Cuban dude from Miami. He was in the basement. And, he was a guy I sparred with and worked out with, and he knew me. One of the COs goes down to his cell. And I can hear him clearly. I'm listening right out the door, and starts telling him that I'm a government witness and I'm cooperating with the government in a murder investigation and prosecution from USP Atlanta. He just, the guard, walks right down there and tells him. Boma was his name. Cuban dude from Miami. Bald head. So I'm like, what the? Because, the guards get information. They get your classification, any notes, whatever that goes with it. So, yeah, they had me down as that. Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this? Now, this whole place, because Boa ain't gonna, he's wishy-washy. He presents himself as being cool, but he's not going to not say something to somebody about what this cop is all. And plus, people just hear, they're at their doors. You can't help it here. You're standing right there at your door, 4 foot away, 5 feet away, whatever. So they all heard this guy. Now I'm on the hot seat because the next thing that happens is this guy right across from me, he says to me, Is that true? Is that, are, are you cooperating? And like a jackass, instead of denying it, for some reason, I step up to the plate and I say, yeah, it's true. So the next thing I know is they're taking me out of there. They take me through this underground tunnel under Usp Lewisburg, and we go up in another upstairs into another section of the prison. And this is a segregation unit as well. It's got 3 floors, G block. So there we go. You know, we get in an elevator, we go up to the 3rd floor of G block. And they put me in a cell. I'm by myself for a time when I see another guy I knew from Terre Haute, guy that I helped work on his case. He comes in with a bedroll with some other guys. So his name is Ben. So I yell out and I say, hey, Powers, I'll take Ben. Hey, Ben, I'm over here, man. Tell him you want to come in with me. So then I'll put him in the cell. Because you want to be with somebody you know rather than somebody you don't know. Typically, you want to try to be, it's just natural, right? You want to, if you're going to live in a cell with another person, you sort of want to know that person. You want to know something about them, right? You don't want to just go in with, I always hated going in with just strangers because, that's a very strange situation to just walk into a cell and, this happens all the time. GP and SEG, they just assign you a cell and there's your cellmate with the cell, comes with the cell. So you don't know who it is and you don't know what they're about. You don't know anything about them. They're strangers. And now you're going to be locked in this very small cage, this concrete and steel cage with them 24/7. I'd rather have somebody I know I can feel comfortable and, if you got to be celled up, then okay, we can get by. And so Ben came and he was my cellie. So this is the end of 27. When we come back for Chronicle number 28, I'm going to tell you about what happened in G block. This is the stuff that movies are made of. For real.